Carl Jung reveals, you are a living karma. People regret how they treated you. As Carl Jung once said, who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes. Life has a mysterious way of returning energy, and often those who mistreat you will one day regret the way they handled your light. On Spiritual Wisdom, we believe your journey is not just about surviving, but about transforming every experience, even the painful ones, into strength, growth, and inner freedom. What about you? Have you ever felt that life eventually revealed the truth to those who underestimated you? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your story as we dive deeper into today's message. 1. Chosen ones are living karma. You were never just another person in people's lives. You were the catalyst, the mirror, and the consequence. When people crossed paths with you, their true nature was revealed. Some received blessings beyond measure because they honored your light, while others were confronted with the collapse of the illusions they had carefully built. As you stepped into your spiritual awakening, your presence exposed intentions, revealed deception, and carried the weight of truth that could not be denied. Many who once underestimated or mistreated you now live with regret, realizing too late that you were divine energy walking among them. When they betrayed you, manipulated you, or tried to discard you, they unknowingly signed a karmic contract with themselves. The way they treated you was never really about you. It was a reflection of their inner wounds, their unresolved battles, and their lack of alignment with truth. You were not just a person to be used or played with. You were a force of truth, and truth always carries consequences. Now, they sit in silence, replaying the memories, haunted by what they lost and by the realization that they cannot undo the damage they created. Your energy has always been pure, and purity cannot exist with deception. When you enter someone's life, your light shines so brightly that it illuminates the shadows they tried to hide. This is why many felt discomfort around you. It was not you they resisted, but the truth your presence awakened within them. Some chose to embrace that light, using it as a chance to grow and transform, while others clung to their lies, resisting change, only to learn that karma is patient. The more they resisted, the harsher the lessons became, until life itself forced them to face the truth they tried to escape. Every soul that crossed your path faced a choice: to align with truth or to be consumed by their own falsehoods. Those who chose truth experienced blessings, clarity, and spiritual growth because your energy elevated them. Those who operated in deceit, jealousy, or manipulation found their worlds crumbling, not because you wished them harm, but because lies cannot withstand the weight of divine presence. When they mistreated someone carrying spiritual wisdom, they set in motion the collapse of their own foundations, and what they built on falsehoods could not endure. Even if you cannot always see it, the regret is there. They watch from a distance, seeing your growth, hearing of your success, and feeling the loss of what they once took for granted. Some will try to return, desperate to repair what they shattered, while others remain silent, unable to face the truth of their actions. Their karma, however, is not your burden to carry. Your only duty is to continue rising, to walk boldly in your spiritual power, and to let your light shine without apology. You are living proof that spirituality is not just an idea, but a force that awakens, transforms, and restores balance. You are a mirror of truth, and through you, others are forced to see who they really are. Comment below. I am a mirror of truth. If you embrace your power to reveal and transform, let your presence be the force that awakens those around you. 2. You are both a blessing and a warning. You are both a blessing and a warning, a mirror that reveals what others try to hide within themselves. For those ready to evolve, your presence is a light that guides them toward transformation. But for those who resist change, you awaken shadows they would rather ignore. Some respond with gratitude, while others react with jealousy, resentment, or even betrayal. Yet the truth remains, no one meets you and stays the same. As Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. You embody this very truth, and through you, people are forced to confront what lies deep within. Those who lied to you, betrayed you, or abandoned you once believed their actions would carry no consequence. But life has a way of restoring balance with precision. What they thought was weakness in you has become their greatest lesson. Because losing you was never just an accident. It was karma unfolding, a divine test they failed. Even those who pretend not to care cannot silence the weight of your memory. In quiet moments, they replay conversations, revisit choices, and wish they could go back. You were not just another person in their story. You were the awakening they were not ready for, a reminder of what they could have gained had they chosen growth instead of fear. The pain they caused was meant to break you, but instead, it became the catalyst for your transformation. Their betrayal carved the path for your strength. Their rejection ignited your wisdom, and their absence opened the space for you to align with your higher purpose. As you rose into this strength, you no longer sought validation from those who could not see your worth. You began to embody your truth with confidence, walking forward not as someone wounded, but as someone reborn. And now they watch you thrive, realizing too late that they were given a rare opportunity to grow beside you. But instead, they resisted the very light that could have elevated them. Their regret is not only about losing you, it is about knowing they turned away from a divine chance to evolve. You are not here to be mistreated or undervalued. You are here to embody intelligence, spiritual wisdom, to awaken those who are ready, and to expose those who are not. When people betray or reject you, it is never a reflection of your worth. It is a reflection of their own limitations. Karma ensures balance, not out of revenge, but to remind every soul that choices carry consequences. As Rumi once wrote, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." Your wounds became the gateway to your awakening, and your scars became the map of your strength. You are not chasing love, respect, or recognition. You are attracting them naturally by living your truth. And as you walk forward, you remind the world that your journey is not only about you, but about awakening everyone who crosses your path. 3. People regret mistreating you. When people mistreat you and later regret it, it is never just about emotions or broken relationships. It runs much deeper. Carl Jung reminded us that until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. And your presence forces people to face that unconscious truth. As a chosen one, you embody a rare form of spirituality that unsettles those who are not ready for growth. Your energy works like a mirror, reflecting their hidden fears, their insecurities, and their unresolved shadows. Some resist that reflection, refusing accountability, rejecting development, and mocking the very light that was sent to bless them. But the moment you step away, the absence of your spiritual presence shifts the balance of their lives. What once brought them peace, healing, and wisdom is gone, and they are left to wrestle with the consequences of their actions. You carry a divine light that not only guides your own path, but also illuminates the darkness in others. When people betray, deceive, or dismiss you, they are not simply harming you. They are rejecting the higher frequency of spirituality you brought into their lives. And the universe, which always seeks balance, responds with precision. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be." Those who choose manipulation, envy, or deceit align themselves with negativity, and karma begins its work. When you leave, you take your sacred energy with you, and suddenly they notice opportunities fading, relationships collapsing, and inner peace replaced by chaos. At first, denial blinds them. Pride convinces them they are unaffected. Yet time has a way of revealing truth, and gradually they realize that life was smoother, lighter, and fuller when you were near. Regret becomes their silent companion. They watch you from a distance, hoping you have stumbled, but instead they see you thriving, rising higher, and walking in alignment with your destiny. That success becomes their unspoken punishment, not because you sought revenge, but because the universe restores balance. As written in Galatians chapter 6, verse 7, "Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. A man reaps what he sows." Your elevation becomes living proof that spiritual development always triumphs over betrayal and dishonor. Every new level you reach takes you into a frequency that cannot be accessed by those who mistreated you unless they choose humility, healing, and self-awareness. But not everyone is prepared for that path. Healing demands courage, and many would rather linger in regret than confront their shadows. That is why they remain as spectators, observing your growth while chained by their own choices. Yet their regret is not your responsibility. You are not here to soothe their conscience or carry their lessons. You are here to grow, to embody greatness, and to fulfill the divine plan over your life. No betrayal can block what has been written for you. So let them watch and let them wonder, but never let their regret hold you back. Your presence is rare, your energy is sacred, and your journey is designed to elevate you beyond the reach of those who once underestimated you. Each step forward is proof that your spiritual development cannot be hindered by the past. Continue to rise, continue to trust the balance of karma, and remember that your destiny is unfolding exactly as it should. Are you ready to step into your power and let the universe handle the rest? If so, comment below. I rise above to affirm your strength and embrace your journey forward. 4. You are a reflection and a test. You are never just another person walking through life. You are always a mirror, a reflection of truth that others could not ignore. Simply by being yourself, you revealed the hidden nature of those around you. Some felt uplifted and inspired in your presence because your light awakened the part of them that longed for growth. Others, confronted by their own shadows, rejected you, mistreated you, or even betrayed you. Their treatment of you was never about your worth. It was always a reflection of their own inner struggles. As Carl Jung said, everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. In this sense, you are living karma, a reminder that no one can escape the energy they release into the world. Your energy works like a spiritual mirror, exposing what lies beneath the surface. Those who are honest and aligned with growth recognize you as a blessing. They see in you wisdom, resilience, and authenticity, and they are drawn closer to their own truth through your presence. But those who live in dishonesty and illusion feel threatened by you. Your light unsettles them, reminding them of their own shortcomings, and instead of confronting themselves, they project their discomfort onto you. They may belittle you, disrespect you, or try to dim your presence, but none of this defines you. Their actions are only proof of their own fear and insecurity. This is why some people feel peace around you, while others carry resentment. Those who cherish you are walking in alignment with truth. They feel your energy as guidance. Those who resist you are clinging to falsehood, unable to face what your presence reveals. In modern life, you can see this clearly in relationships, workplaces, and friendships. Genuine souls will honor you, while insecure ones will compete, gossip, or try to undermine you. But their reactions are not yours to carry. You are not meant to shrink yourself to ease their discomfort. The universe balances everything, and the law of karma never fails. When people mistreat you, they set the stage for their own lessons. Life has a way of circling back, showing them the cost of their choices. You don't need to seek revenge or prove anything. The same people who overlooked or betrayed you will one day regret it, not because you wish for it, but because they will feel the emptiness of losing your energy. Your presence is not replaceable, and its absence becomes a silent teacher. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to stand apart as a beacon of truth. Being chosen comes with challenges: isolation, misunderstanding, and betrayal. Yet it also comes with divine protection. Every difficulty strengthens your spirit and deepens your wisdom. Your task is not to fight battles already taken care of by the universe, but to keep shining, keep walking, and trust the path unfolding before you. Those meant to journey with you will find you, and those who cannot handle your light will remove themselves. Your presence alone is enough. You are living karma, a reflection of truth, and proof that no one escapes the energy they put into the world. If this message resonates with you, comment below, "I am a mirror," to embrace your true reflection and attract clarity into your life. 5. You disrupt illusions. You disrupt illusions simply by existing, because your very energy carries a force that unsettles those who hide behind deception. You do not need to expose lies with effort, for your essence itself reflects truth. When you enter a room, facades begin to crumble, not because you attack them, but because authenticity naturally dissolves what is false. Those who resist change feel uncomfortable in your presence, and instead of admitting that your light reveals their shadows, they project blame onto you. They see you as the cause of their unease, when in reality, you are the mirror reflecting what they do not wish to face. For some, you embody living karma. You do not wish harm upon anyone, but your spiritual awakening acts as a constant reminder of the integrity and courage they lack. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." In the same way, your presence forces others to confront what they hide, and when they are not ready, they turn to criticism, rejection, or attempts to dim your light. They do not realize that their discomfort is not about you, but about their resistance to transformation. Deep down, they know your very being urges them to evolve, yet they remain in the battle they are unwilling to fight. You have been underestimated many times. Your kindness was mistaken for weakness, your silence for ignorance. People thought they could take advantage of your generosity, only to later feel the emptiness when you withdrew. Regret then begins to haunt them, for they remember dismissing you, rejecting your wisdom, or trying to wound your spirit, only to discover they are stuck in cycles you broke free from long ago. While they remain bound by illusions, you rise higher, embrace peace, and transform pain into strength. As Jung said, "I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become," and you chose growth. Your journey was never about revenge or proving yourself. You never needed validation from those who could not see your worth. Every betrayal and every rejection became a divine test, shaping you into someone unshakable. You walked through the fire, not to be destroyed by it, but to emerge purified and resilient. That is the essence of intelligent spiritual wisdom. It is not merely seeing the truth, but embodying it with every step. Never dim your light to make others comfortable. Those meant for you will recognize and honor your truth, while those who resist will only reveal their own nature. You are not here to please. You are here to awaken, to inspire, and to heal. When people regret how they treated you, it is not your burden to carry, for that lesson belongs to them. Your presence alone is a catalyst for transformation, and though not everyone can handle it, those who are destined will be drawn to your light. Keep walking in alignment, for your path is sacred, and your awakening is the proof that truth cannot be silenced. If you're ready to break free from illusions and embrace the truth, don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's awaken together. 6. You trigger change in people. There is a power within you that you may not even recognize, yet others feel it the moment they are in your presence. Carl Jung reminded us that until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. And this is exactly why your energy unsettles people. You are not trying to intimidate or expose them, but your very being becomes a mirror reflecting the parts of themselves they work so hard to hide. Your presence draws out their shadows, their unspoken guilt, their buried insecurities, and that is why some people feel nervous, restless, or even threatened around you. Gloria Steinem's words capture this perfectly. The truth will set you free, but first, it will make you uncomfortable. You are that uncomfortable truth, a living reminder of what they are avoiding within themselves. Because of this, some may distance themselves or even mistreat you, not because you are in the wrong, but because your light reveals what they cannot bear to face. They may mock you, betray you, or dismiss your kindness, but every action is just a reflection of their inner conflict. Yet life is always ruled by balance, and spiritual wisdom teaches us that energy will always return to its source. The love you give, the patience you show, the light you carry, all of it will come back multiplied. And the pain, dishonesty, or cruelty directed toward you will also circle back, not through your revenge, but through the natural laws of karma. In time, those who underestimated you will see their actions clearly, and regret will rise in their hearts. By then, you will already be beyond their reach, elevated into a higher state of spiritual development where their opinions no longer matter. Gandhi once said, "First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win." And your life is proof of this timeless truth. You don't need to fight back or prove your worth. Your growth is your victory. Your transformation is your answer. And your success is your karma. Without any effort to harm them, those who mistreated you will face the very lessons they tried to avoid. Life will orchestrate moments that mirror their behavior, and when that time comes, they will remember how they treated you. But their regret is not a weight for you to carry. It belongs to them. Your only responsibility is to keep walking your path, to keep shining, and to keep rising higher in your divine purpose. As another wise saying goes, when you are truly powerful, you do not need to harm others. Your energy alone rearranges the universe, so never shrink to make others feel comfortable. Never dim your light for spaces that were never designed to hold it. You are not here to fit in. You are here to shift energies, to awaken truth, and to embody transformation. Spirituality is not about pleasing everyone. It is about living as proof that light always overcomes shadow. Those who mistreated you will eventually look back with regret, but by then, you will already be walking in your destiny, radiant and untouchable. Your life itself is a lesson in spiritual wisdom, and your energy is the undeniable reminder that the universe always brings balance. If this message resonates with you, affirm your power in the comments. My energy transforms everything around me. I embrace my divine presence and limitless potential. 7. Your silence is powerful. Those who once mistreated you, belittled you, or tried to manipulate your spirit will eventually face the undeniable truth that they were wrong about you, because your silence was never weakness, but a force they could not comprehend. They thrived on your reactions, feeding off your anger, your explanations, your attempts to defend yourself, and they believed their control depended on how deeply they could pull you into their chaos. But when you chose to master yourself, when you stopped responding and refused to engage, everything they built crumbled. Silence stripped away their illusions and exposed the emptiness of their power. Suddenly, their words echoed back to them. Their manipulation turned into noise they could no longer escape, and the darkness they tried to project outward forced them to confront itself. There is profound spiritual wisdom in this choice. Silence is not surrender. It is elevation. It is the act of rising above the battlefield and refusing to wrestle in the mud with those who crave your energy. As the saying goes, never wrestle with pigs. You both get dirty, but only the pig enjoys it. By walking away, you shift the power dynamic, because the moment you remove yourself, they lose access to your light, your patience, and your sacred energy. In modern life, whether in relationships, workplaces, or friendships, this truth repeats itself when you stop explaining, stop defending, and simply move forward. You reclaim your peace and declare that your energy is too valuable to be wasted on chaos. Those who wronged you are left to sit in the misery they once tried to inflict upon you. Without your kindness, without your presence, without your light, their world feels hollow and regret takes root. And here lies the divine truth. You are their karma. Not by seeking revenge, not by lowering yourself to their level, but simply by continuing to live in alignment with your truth. Your growth, Your success, your serenity become proof that their attempts to break you only made you stronger. This is the essence of spirituality and spiritual awakening: to rise above manipulation, to transform pain into power, and to let your very existence be the mirror that reflects their mistakes back to them. Every step you take in silence, every moment you choose peace over reaction, becomes a declaration that your soul cannot be controlled. They may regret how they treated you, but by the time they awaken to your worth, you will already have ascended beyond their reach. Your silence is power, your energy is sacred, and your elevation is the greatest response of all. Stay connected with our community of wisdom by subscribing to our channel. Here, we uncover the truth about energy, manipulation, and self-mastery, empowering you to rise above negativity. Remember, your peace is your power. Choose silence, walk away, and let them face their own darkness. 8. You were sent to stand out, not fit in. You were never meant to blend into the background because the universe designed you to stand out. Carl Jung once said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." And your true self carries an energy that cannot be hidden. Without forcing, without demanding, your very presence shifts the atmosphere. People feel something stir inside them when they meet you, even if they cannot name it. Some are inspired, awakened to their own journey of self-discovery, while others feel exposed, because your light uncovers the shadows they have been trying to bury. This is why you have known betrayal, rejection, and resistance, not as proof of weakness, but as evidence of the deep truths your spirit reveals to those who come close. Your energy does not attract attention because you seek it, but because your soul vibrates at a frequency that demands change. No one can stay stagnant around you. They are either inspired to rise higher, or their hidden nature surfaces, showing who they really are. That is why you may have been dismissed, disrespected, or taken for granted in past relationships. Those who mistreated you failed to recognize that they had been given the rare opportunity to walk beside someone carrying intelligence, spiritual wisdom, and a soul awakened to its divine essence. Now, as you grow stronger, they carry the weight of regret, realizing too late that your presence was not just company, it was transformation. You do not need to chase revenge or force people to regret how they treated you, because your life itself is karma in motion. The universe balances what you cannot. The lessons you left in the lives of others echo long after you have moved forward. Some will one day realize they stood in the presence of someone extraordinary, someone whose light was a gift. But by the time that revelation arrives, you will already have stepped into a greater version of yourself, rising higher, walking with clarity, and aligned with your divine calling. Jung reminds us, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. You were the mirror that forced them to see what they tried to hide, and now their fate is to live with the truth they once denied. To be chosen is to embrace the solitude that sometimes comes with the path. It means accepting that not everyone is meant to stand beside you. Some drift away, not because you are unworthy, but because they are unready for the transformation your presence demands. Do not dim your light to ease their discomfort. You were born to awaken, to heal, and to inspire. The universe has placed you exactly where you need to be, surrounded by those who are ready to rise with you. while others fall away by the natural law of growth. Every rejection, every betrayal, and every ounce of regret others carry is simply part of the design that pushes you closer to your destiny. Stay unwavering, because your journey is unfolding with divine precision. Let people remember you, regret losing you, and learn from the absence of your energy. You were never created to fit in. You were created to stand out as a living reminder that light cannot be hidden. This is the essence of spiritual awakening, the intelligence of spiritual wisdom, and the sacred truth of walking as your authentic self. 9. Solitude was part of your journey. There were moments when solitude pressed against your heart like an unbearable weight, when the people you trusted turned their backs, and relationships that once felt unshakable suddenly fell apart. Yet that solitude was never a curse. It was a blessing in disguise, a divine stage of preparation. The universe was not abandoning you, but refining you, sharpening your vision, deepening your intuition, and strengthening your inner power so you could carry the kind of wisdom that cannot be taught by comfort. In the stillness of those lonely hours, you found clarity to see through deception, resilience to rise from betrayal, and courage to continue even when no one else stood beside you. As Rumi said, "The wound is the place where the light enters you," and every wound you carried became the opening through which your light poured. Once, you were dismissed, underestimated, and even mocked. Your kindness was misread as weakness, your loyalty taken for granted. But now, those same people watch from afar, filled with regret. They sense the shift in your energy, the undeniable presence you carry, the aura of wisdom and strength that demands respect. You have become divinely set apart, and in losing you, they lost a blessing they never understood. Their regret is their karma, the return of their own choices, the echo of every moment they failed to honor what was sacred. You never needed revenge because your transformation itself became the answer. The universe worked on your behalf, and your thriving became the most powerful response to betrayal. As Carl Jung revealed, until people make the unconscious conscious, it directs their lives, and they call it fate. Those who wronged you now confront the consequences of their unconscious actions, seeing clearly only after you have risen beyond them. Your existence, your success, your healing, these speak louder than any words of retaliation could. The law of energy is simple. What we give is what we receive, and their own choices have returned to them. You are no longer the person they once knew. You have elevated, healed, and embraced your spiritual power. Spirituality and spiritual development have transformed you into someone aligned with a greater destiny, one that surpasses the imagination of those who doubted you. Your solitude was not abandonment, but sacred preparation, a divine pause to reconnect you with your higher calling. It was never about who left or who stayed. It was about awakening the light within you that no one could take away. Do not dwell on the past or waste your energy on those who failed to see your worth. Walk boldly into your destiny, trusting that divine timing has always been on your side. Your life now stands as living proof that pain can transform into wisdom, betrayal into strength, and solitude into awakening. And as those who once underestimated you look on with regret, they will finally understand you were never just another person in their story. You were the lesson their soul had to learn. If this message resonates with you, comment, I am grateful for my transformation to affirm your journey. Your solitude was never abandonment, it was preparation. 10. Your energy is unstoppable. Your energy is unstoppable, carrying a frequency that no manipulation or attack could ever suppress. Because what sustains you is not external, but deeply spiritual, a force that no human hand can take away. Many mistook your humility for weakness and your kindness for naivety, believing they had control over your destiny. Yet you were always aware, always discerning, sensing the betrayals before they unfolded, and choosing not to fall into the trap of proving them wrong, but to remain faithful to proving yourself right. Now, as you rise into your true power, those who once sought to diminish your light are forced to watch from the shadows, unable to ignore the brilliance of your transformation, because spiritual awakening does not shrink under pressure. It expands, it elevates, it transforms, and you, the chosen one, are the very embodiment of transformation. Every hardship you endured was not wasted, but woven into the fabric of your becoming. Every tear, sleepless night, and lonely silence became a sacred initiation, not punishment, but preparation. For the path of a chosen soul was never meant to be easy. Betrayal taught you discernment. Loss carved resilience into your spirit. Solitude gave you unshakable faith in yourself and in the divine order guiding your steps. Looking back, the once insurmountable obstacles now reveal themselves as stepping stones, shaping your strength, awakening your spirit, and proving that what once looked like suffering was in truth the refining fire of destiny. Those who laughed at your pain now stand silenced by your triumph, burdened by regret as they realize you were never a victim, but a vessel of greatness they could not comprehend. The world has long conditioned people to stay small, to settle for mediocrity, to fear the unknown. But your very essence refuses to be confined by such limits. You are not here to blend in. You are here to disrupt illusions, to shift realities, to break generational cycles, to awaken others from the sleep of conformity. Your presence alone challenges the false comfort of the ordinary. And that is why your path was heavy, because the energy you carry is powerful enough to stir the very fabric of existence. And now, as you rise beyond every limitation, those who doubted you are confronted by the undeniable truth of your transformation, witnessing divine justice unfold in real time, forced to face that their mistreatment was never hidden from the universe. You are the living proof that spiritual power transcends all boundaries, the embodiment of karma itself, reminding the world that every word, every action, every intention leaves an imprint. Those who once dismissed your vision now long to understand the secret of your radiance, yet they cannot, because the energy you embody cannot be duplicated. It is divine, it is rare, it is yours alone. While they wrestle with regret, you move forward untouched, unstoppable, aligned fully with your higher calling. You are the karma they never foresaw, the lesson they never wanted to learn, the truth they cannot escape. You stand tall in your authenticity, walking in a light that was never meant to be hidden, carrying a power the world has yet to see in full. And when it does, they will know they never had the power to break you, for you were always destined to rise. If this message has awakened something deep within you, affirm your power in the comments. I am unstoppable. Every challenge has made me stronger. I am here to transform reality. In the end, remember this: you are not defined by how others treat you. You are defined by the strength of your spirit, the depth of your soul, and the wisdom you carry within. Those who failed to honor your light may one day regret it, but your journey is about rising, healing, and stepping fully into your true power. If today's message resonated with you, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe to Spiritual Wisdom. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming insights into spirituality, spiritual growth, and the awakening journey. 7 secrets to becoming the woman everyone fears losing. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Carl Jung. Have you ever met a woman whose presence lingers long after she's gone? Not because she was perfect, but because she was real, grounded, and deeply unforgettable. In today's video on spiritual wisdom, we're diving into 7 secrets to becoming the woman everyone fears losing, not by changing who you are, but by remembering who you've always been. These powerful principles, rooted in Jungian psychology and spiritual truth, can help you reclaim your worth, radiate authenticity, and build the kind of inner strength that leaves an impact. If even one idea resonates with your soul, I invite you to comment below. I am becoming the woman I was born to be. Let's explore what it means to live from your deepest truth and become unforgettable from the inside out. Secrets. 1. Unshakable authenticity. She doesn't wear masks to please others. She's not interested in impressing the crowd or playing a role that feels hollow inside. Her presence is powerful because it's real, unapologetically raw. She walks into a room not with perfection, but with presence, and that's what makes her unforgettable. In a world that rewards the polished and the curated, she chooses something far rarer: truth. People may not always know why they remember her, but they do. It's not her beauty, though she may be beautiful. It's not her success, though she may be accomplished. What they feel, deeply and quietly, is that she is whole. Her authenticity is not a pose or strategy. It's her resting state. She doesn't perform vulnerability to seem relatable. She embodies it because she's lived through pain and didn't allow it to harden her. Carl Jung said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." And she has claimed that privilege, not by accident, but by choosing, every single day, to strip away what doesn't belong to her, to drop the need for approval, to walk with her shadows, not hide them, to live in alignment, even when it costs her comfort or popularity. She knows that being real doesn't mean being reckless. It means being rooted, grounded in self-awareness, led by intuition, guided by inner truth. The strength she carries wasn't born from praise. It was forged in silence, in solitude, in learning to hold space for all that she is: light and shadow, chaos and clarity. She isn't fearless. She's simply tired of betraying herself. So she speaks up when it's inconvenient. She rests when others hustle. She says no without guilt. And most importantly, she doesn't shrink to fit into boxes she was never made for. You can feel it when she talks. She's not trying to sell you anything. She's just present. And in her presence, others feel safe to drop their own masks too. That's her gift. Not in what she does, but in who she dares to be. She lives from within, and that's why she can't be replaced. The unforgettable woman is the one who is deeply remembered not for perfection, but for presence. Her power lies not in being everything to everyone, but in being fully herself. No apologies, no filters, no masks. In a society obsessed with image, her truth is a revolution. And once you've known a woman like that, you never forget her. Not because she tried to be irreplaceable, but because she never tried to be anything other than herself. Have you ever chosen to be fully yourself, even when it wasn't easy? If yes, share your story in the comments to inspire someone today. If not, simply comment, "I choose to be real." Let's walk this path of unshakable authenticity together. Secrets. 2. Integration of light and shadow. She has walked through her own darkness and made peace with it, not by denying it, not by burying it beneath perfection, but by facing it with unflinching honesty. Instead of seeing her flaws as shameful, she sees them as maps, each one pointing toward a lesson, a truth, a hidden strength. She knows that spiritual wisdom doesn't come from pretending to be whole. It comes from becoming whole. And wholeness requires integration, not just of the light, but of the wounds, the doubts, the anger, the pain. She doesn't wear a mask to appear kind or composed. She is kind because she has embraced her rage. She is composed because she has faced her chaos. There is nothing passive about her peace. It was earned through inner battles most will never see. While others run from discomfort, she leans in. When others numb, she feels. When others hide, she reveals. And in doing so, she becomes emotionally rich, anchored not in fantasy, but in the truth of who she is. Her presence doesn't scream for attention. It commands respect. Not because she demands it, but because she embodies it. She has taken the parts of herself she once feared, her insecurity, her jealousy, her anger, and instead of silencing them, she listened. She learned. She grew. She gave them names and space. She let them speak, and they softened. In that softening, she transformed, not into something new, but into someone more fully herself. She no longer needs to be rescued, fixed, or chosen. She has chosen herself. She moves through life with a quiet confidence that cannot be faked. You can feel it when she enters a room, the calm of a woman who no longer needs to prove her worth. She doesn't react to insults with desperation or panic. She responds with clarity. She doesn't crave constant reassurance because she has learned to soothe herself. This is spiritual wisdom in motion, the ability to hold space for all that you are without apology. And it is this rare kind of presence that people cling to. Not the woman who tries to be everything for everyone, not the one who molds herself to fit expectations, but the one who simply is real, raw, whole. She is not afraid to be misunderstood because she understands herself, and that understanding is magnetic. People don't fear losing her because she manipulates or begs to be kept. They fear losing her because her love is not born from neediness, it is born from choice. Her love is sacred, not transactional. It cannot be earned through performance or control. It is given freely, but only to those who see her, truly see her, in all her layers. This woman is unforgettable because she has become the mirror that reflects everyone else's truth. And when someone meets her, they don't just meet her. They meet a part of themselves they had long buried. And that, more than anything, is why no one wants to let her go. Are you ready to embrace both your light and your shadow? If so, comment below. I choose wholeness to show your commitment to healing, growth, and authentic self-integration. Let's walk this transformative path together. Secrets. 3. Emotional independence. She doesn't need love to feel whole. She chooses love from fullness, not from a place of lack. There's no chasing, begging, or clinging in her world. Her relationships are not built on emotional dependency, but on mutual respect and energetic alignment. When the vibe feels right, she engages. When it doesn't, she has no problem walking away. She doesn't see love as a lifeline, but as a beautiful bonus. That's the difference between craving and choosing. And the moment she made that shift, she stepped into her true power. This kind of woman doesn't fear solitude. In fact, she thrives in it. Silence doesn't scare her. Being alone doesn't trigger her insecurities. Instead, it becomes the space where she reconnects with her essence. She's not out there performing for approval or desperately trying to be seen. She already sees herself clearly. And that self-awareness is magnetic. People feel it before she even speaks. Her presence carries a calm depth that cannot be faked. She knows love should never cost her peace. She's not afraid to walk away from anything that disrupts her inner harmony. Because she's done the work through heartbreak, reflection, healing, and spiritual awakening. She has stripped herself of illusions, faced her emotional wounds, and stood in the ashes of what once broke her. That kind of fire doesn't destroy, it purifies. And from it, she rises not bitter, but wiser. Not guarded, but discerning. Her heart is open, but only to what honors her soul. She doesn't demand energy. She inspires it. She doesn't manipulate for affection. She becomes the kind of woman whose energy lingers long after she's left the room. Because her love is not desperate, it's divine. And divine love isn't loud. It's not chaotic. It's not needy. It's steady, grounded, and rare. That rarity is what makes her unforgettable. That strength is what makes her the woman no one wants to lose. And what fuels this emotional independence is not ego. It's alignment. A deep inner knowing that her worth was never up for debate. She doesn't compete for love. She doesn't play games. And she doesn't shrink herself to be chosen. She simply exists as her full self. And from that space of wholeness, she loves. Not because she needs someone to complete her, but because she wants someone to evolve with her. That's not romance. That's sacred partnership. This is the essence of spiritual wisdom. Emotional independence is not coldness. It's clarity. And when a woman lives from this truth, when she has the courage to love without losing herself, she becomes the kind of woman whose absence feels louder than most people's presence. If you're ready to love from fullness, not fear, go ahead and like this video, subscribe for more spiritual insights, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's attract emotionally aligned connections together. Secrets. 4. Purpose-driven living. She doesn't live on autopilot. She moves through life with intention. Every step she takes, whether it's a small morning ritual or a major life decision, is guided by something deeper, a sacred fire within. That fire is purpose. It's not about achievements or applause. It's about alignment. Her life flows from a core truth that she refuses to betray. That's why when people meet her, they feel something. It's not just confidence. It's not charisma. It's a magnetic presence born from spiritual clarity. Carl Jung once said, "Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakes." And that's exactly what she's done. She's turned inward, stripped away the noise, and faced the silence most people avoid. In that silence, she met herself, not the version others told her to be, but the real one, the one with scars and strength and soul. That's what makes her captivating. It's not perfection, it's depth. Her presence doesn't scream. It speaks. It doesn't demand. It inspires. You feel safer, stronger, and more alive just being near her, because she reminds you of something you've forgotten about yourself. Purpose isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself with grand gestures or dramatic declarations. It shows up in how she chooses to spend her time, in the things she says no to, in the way she stays true to her path, even when it's hard. Maybe she's not famous. Maybe she's not even understood. But she knows what she's here to do. And that knowing fuels her every move. She's not waiting to be chosen. She's already claimed herself. In a society obsessed with performance, she's a presence. While others seek applause, she seeks meaning. While others follow trends, she follows truth. She doesn't need validation to feel valuable. Her worth isn't attached to how many people approve. It's woven into the way she wakes up each morning and chooses to keep going, keep growing, keep aligning with her soul's voice. This is what Carl Jung called the process of individuation, the journey of becoming whole. And she's walking it with grace and fire. She could be anyone. A woman sitting quietly at a cafe with a worn notebook and a tired smile. A teacher staying late after class to listen to a student's fears. A mother who traded her career for time, not because it was easy, but because it was right. A healer creating light in a world that feels heavy. It's not the role that defines her. It's the reason behind it. She's not driven by fear of missing out. She's driven by the desire to live fully, consciously, truthfully. That's what gives her radiance. That's what makes her unforgettable. Purpose gives her power, not the kind that dominates, but the kind that frees. She's not here to impress. She's here to express, to live her truth, not someone else's script. And in doing so, she reminds others that they can too. If you're ready to live with intention and radiate purpose, comment below. I am aligned with my purpose to claim this energy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to inspire others to live purposefully too. Secrets. 5. Sacred boundaries and self-respect. Not everyone deserves access to her. She knows this not in bitterness, but in clarity. She protects her energy like a sacred flame, refusing to let just anyone draw from her light. There's a quiet strength in her presence, the kind that doesn't shout for attention, but commands it nonetheless. She doesn't explain her worth or justify her limits. She lives them. When people ask for more than she's willing to give, she doesn't argue or apologize. She simply honors herself. Her boundaries are not fences to keep love out, but filters to keep chaos from getting in. She understands the power of no, not as rejection, but as redirection. Her no means she respects herself enough not to betray her needs for someone else's comfort. This kind of inner discipline is rare. In a culture that rewards self-sacrifice and performative kindness, she chooses something different: alignment. She doesn't chase people, doesn't beg for understanding, and doesn't linger where she's not valued. She doesn't need to be validated by others because she is already rooted in her own knowing. That's not coldness, that's spiritual wisdom. She has learned that her peace is more important than their approval. And when she walks away, she does so with grace, not out of spite, but out of sovereignty. She doesn't waste time trying to fix what she didn't break. She's not afraid of distance because she understands that solitude sharpens intuition. She's learned to befriend silence, to listen to her own heart, to stand still in her own power. People feel her absence in ways they didn't appreciate her presence. That's the paradox of the woman who lives in truth. The more she honors herself, the more unforgettable she becomes. She doesn't try to prove her worth through service, beauty, or sacrifice. She proves it through presence, through the way she holds herself, through the way she protects her time, her space, her emotional bandwidth. She's selective, not because she thinks she's better than anyone, but because she finally realized she's not for everyone. And that's her liberation. Her energy isn't random, it's intentional. And that intentionality becomes magnetic. People are drawn to her, not because she gives endlessly, but because she doesn't. Her life is curated by choice, not obligation. She's no longer available for people who test her boundaries, drain her spirit, or mistake her compassion for weakness. And when she loves with depth, but never at the cost of herself. She has stopped romanticizing emotional labor as proof of devotion. She now understands that real love begins where self-respect lives. Her presence is a privilege, and she knows it. Not because she thinks she's superior, but because she has finally stopped abandoning herself to belong. This is what spiritual wisdom looks like in a woman. The fierce commitment to self, the gentle refusal to betray her soul, the graceful exit from anything that no longer nourishes her. She is not easy to access. She is not easy to forget. And that is exactly why no one wants to lose her. If this message speaks to your soul, repeat after me. I honor my energy. I set sacred boundaries. I choose self-respect. Let these words anchor you today. Secrets 6. Feminine-masculine balance. She has reached a rare and magnetic state, the inner union of her feminine and masculine energies. In Jungian terms, she has integrated her anima and animus not as opposites, but as two sacred forces within her. She flows with intuition and tenderness, yet stands with clarity and strength. She can hold space for others in their pain, and also hold firm boundaries to protect her peace. This balanced polarity within her is not only empowering, it's irresistibly attractive. Without effort, she radiates presence. Without trying to be anything, she becomes everything. Her feminine energy is her softness, her intuition, her ability to nurture and feel. Her masculine energy is her direction, her decisiveness, her ability to lead herself. When these energies are at war, a woman may feel torn, too emotional to lead, or too controlling to love. But when they are in harmony, she becomes a force of nature. She is both the ocean and the mountain. She moves through life with deep feeling and precise action. And this rare balance speaks louder than words. It's the calm in her voice, the unwavering eye contact, the gentle strength in her presence that makes others pause and take notice. Carl Jung wrote, "Wholeness is not achieved by cutting off a portion of one's being, but by integration." She has done exactly that. Instead of rejecting the parts of herself society told her were too much or not enough, she reclaimed them. Her sensitivity became her strength. Her assertiveness became her grace. She no longer asks permission to exist fully. And because of that, she no longer depends on others to make her feel whole. She walks into a room not to be seen, but to see. Not to impress, but to connect. And in doing so, she becomes unforgettable. This kind of wholeness is a deep spiritual awakening. It's not found in perfection, but in balance. It's not loud, but it's felt. She no longer fears abandonment because she no longer abandons herself. She doesn't chase love because she is love. She doesn't demand respect because her energy commands it. That is the power of integration. That is what makes her the woman everyone fears losing, not because she clings, but because she doesn't need to. In a world addicted to extremes, she is the rare middle path, soft and strong, loving and sovereign, intuitive and clear. She doesn't choose between being the goddess or the warrior. She is both. And that is what sets her free. That is the embodiment of spiritual wisdom. Do you feel the power of your inner balance awakening? If so, declare it in the comments. I embody divine harmony, strong, soft, and whole. Secrets. 7. Fearless evolution. She doesn't cling to who she used to be. She lets go of expired labels, outdated roles, and expectations that no longer match the truth of her soul. While others stay stuck in identities that feel safe, she embraces the unknown with open arms. Her evolution isn't loud, it's steady. It isn't for applause, it's for alignment. She changes, but never at the cost of her essence. And that's why people remember her, because she is both fire and foundation, both fluid and unwavering. Carl Jung said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." And she lives by that. She doesn't resist transformation. She invites it. She allows herself to break down so she can rise clearer, freer, more whole. Even when it's uncomfortable, she trusts the deeper wisdom moving through her. That is what sets her apart. Not her perfection, not her performance, but her willingness to rebuild herself from truth, again and again, without apology. There was a time when she might have stayed silent to be accepted. Now she speaks, not to impress, but to express. There was a time when she molded herself to fit into someone else's life. Now she creates a life that fits her soul. Every version of her that she leaves behind becomes a layer of wisdom. She doesn't fear walking away from people who only loved the past version of her. They were never truly in love with her, only with who she pretended to be. And she's done pretending. Her power comes from presence. When she enters a room, it's not her looks or status that captivates. It's the quiet confidence of someone who knows who she is becoming. She doesn't need to prove herself because she is already grounded in purpose. Her spiritual awakening didn't arrive in lightning bolts. It came in quiet choices to let go, to trust, to choose herself. Again and again. And every time she chose herself, she became more magnetic, more real, more unforgettable. People fear losing her, not because she makes them dependent, but because she awakens something sacred in them. She mirrors what they could become if they stopped hiding. Her growth gives others permission to grow. Her honesty disarms their defenses. Her evolution reminds them of their own dormant power. She is a mirror, not a mask. There's no begging in her energy, no chasing. She has learned that those who are meant for her will honor her evolution, not resist it. And those who fall away, she lets them go with grace, because she knows nothing real can be threatened, and nothing unreal is worth clinging to. She lives her truth even when it costs her comfort, and that truth becomes her peace. This is the essence of fearless evolution, and this is why she's the woman everyone fears losing. Not because she tries to be irreplaceable, but because she dares to become fully herself. If this message resonates with your soul, declare it boldly in the comments. I embrace my evolution. I grow with courage, grace, and purpose. And if you feel this deeply, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Someone else may need this reminder too. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the powerful truths that define the woman no one dares to lose. Remember, it's not about becoming someone else. It's about returning to who you truly are. Each of these 7 secrets is a mirror, reflecting your strength, depth, and quiet confidence. When you embody authenticity, presence, and emotional wisdom, you become unforgettable, not because you try to be, but because you already are. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, share this video with someone who needs it, and subscribe to Spiritual Wisdom for more transformative insights. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming videos. Until next time, stay grounded, stay radiant, and always walk in your truth.